Hello and welcome to the Bigger Flip Show. My name is Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So we've been talking a lot about making offers, and I brought up some scenarios, and people said, why did you make an offer, right? It's so typical scenario. This happens all the time. Seller wants full price for a house that's in horrible condition, right? Seller wants $700,000. You can offer $450,000, and the question is, should you make the offer, right? A much lower offer. And I went through exactly how you should make the offer, but the question is, why should you make the offer? And there are a lot of reasons. So a couple of things. Number one is most other investors are not going to make an offer. It's very likely in a scenario that I just gave you, a seller wants $700,000, you're offering $450,000, that you may be the only person making an offer. And I really should talk about sending an offer in writing, but I'm not going to get into that now. So you want to be the only one making an offer, because if that guy really needs to sell and is not really expressing how much he needs to sell, you may be the only person he thinks that wants to buy it. Number two is that you can't buy the house without making an offer. So the idea, this thought in your head that, well, I don't want to insult the guy and offer him $250,000 less than he wants, is going to be bad, is not the way it works. You have to make offers every time for what you can pay. And also, here's the truth, and new investors have a problem with this. A lot of investors are full of crap. So they'll tell you, oh, I have an offer at $600,000. And you look at it and you're like, this house isn't even worth close to $600,000. I could pay $450,000. And you feel like, why am I going to make an offer for $450,000 if he tells me there's an offer at $600,000? So a couple things. He could be lying. Very common. Very common. I discount a good portion of what sellers say when they talk about competition. So the issue is, you want to make an offer every time. That is the way you will buy houses. Because even if that guy still thinks his house is worth $600,000 or $700,000 and you're offering $400,000, what happens is motivation and circumstances change. So motivation changes in that he thinks it's worth a lot more. He finally realizes, you know what, I can't get that. This one guy gave me an offer and sent it to me. I've gotten calls like that. Hey, I had a higher offer, but no one sent it to me in writing, and I figured you could do it. Is your offer still good? So that's motivation changing when it finally comes to realize that he has to sell. And circumstances change. He gets a roofing bill for $22,000 and says, no way I'm paying it. Tenant calls him and says he's not going to pay. Town comes and hits him with a violation that he's got to pay for. These things change the circumstances. So I believe very strongly you should always make an offer. Really, it's, we'll talk about that in another video, why it is the one brick that you can really measure the success of your business by. You want to make an offer every single time, regardless of what the guy tells you. And in an earlier video, you could see how to do that. Maybe I'll do another video on how to do that without really having a confrontation when it's significantly less than the seller told you he wants. Thank you very, very much for watching.